Petey from PHNX on the campus of ASU. The Sun Devils open up this weekend against Air Force. Thought it'd be a good time to check out and meet some of the players. Let's start with the captain, Ethan Szmagaj. We're going to meet Ty Jackson, a graduate forward coming back from some tough injuries, and newcomer Noah Beck. Let's head inside and meet some of the Sun Devils. Ethan, I want to start with you. You've just been elected the team captain. What does that mean to you to be a leader on this Arizona State club?
It means a lot. I mean, to be able to be chosen by my teammates as a team vote, it means a lot to me, and I got to hold a high standard for them. As someone that they can look up to, as a guy that they can see on the ice, off the ice, the things that we do right here, and I also learning too. So I want to learn and grow from each guy, and if there's a concern or a hiccup in the system or bad blood or whatever, I just want to be there to kind of overlook that and help and be in any support way.
But you look at Ty, you're on the leadership group too. You're wearing a letter like this year. You're a graduate player, been here for their 5th season now. Do you feel that it's important that you're a mentor? Does your locker room feel like you're coming together now with the leadership that you have?
Yeah, I think so. This is the first time I've actually had a letter on a team, so I'm not taking it lightly. But I feel like as I've gotten older in college, just my experience, and obviously the guys are all younger than me now for the most part, I feel like I can take them under my wing and they listen to me a bit more than they would have when I was a freshman. So I'm just trying to use that respect that they have for me and try to lead them in the right direction, do the right things.
And for people that haven't watched your career, tough year last year. Your line, you played on the top line with Silly and your brother, and then there were injuries. How are you feeling? Are you ready to go this season? Are you all healthy? Is your brother and you both healthy, ready to go?
Yeah, we're both 100%. Last year I came back at the end of the year too, and I'm not one to worry too much, honestly, when I get hurt. Usually when I come back, I'm refreshed and I'm ready to go, and I've always been able to get back to 100%. So yeah, I feel good and I'm ready to go this year.
Noah, transfer in from Clarkson. A little bit of a weather difference coming in from Clarkson. Has that been a tough adjustment? This isn't hockey weather, buddy. It's 113.
I mean, going to class sometimes it's an adjustment.
Going to class. Going to class. No, but it's different. It is.
Yeah, it's definitely different. But obviously not what went into my decision to come here. I think it's been unbelievable. You talk to these guys about being leaders. They've done a great job just welcoming everyone in. I've been here since July, and honestly I already feel like this is one of the closest teams I've been on in college, if not the closest. So I think that's a really special thing. Aside from all the skill and depth we have, we're a really close-knit group, and I think that'll help us through our games. Yeah,
we talk about that a lot. At any level, I think a team that's close is a much better team. We talk about the Diamondbacks. Connected team is a dangerous team. This team's welcomed you with open arms, but the fan base that hasn't seen you play yet, what kind of player is Noah Beck?
I'd say puck-moving defenseman, just 200-foot player, solid in the D zone, and can also produce in the O zone. But just honestly, being consistent is my main goal.
Ethan, look at last year's team. Injuries, expectations coming into the year was to be in the NCAA tournament. Things didn't work out that way. Have you taken that disappointment, put a chip on your shoulder, and has that helped you prepare for this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the amount of wins that we had last year, any team should be in the tournament by that, but obviously being an independent team, it's tough. So, we're just taking that, and we want to continue that fire. So that starts with Air Force and these next 8 games, and, we're just looking to have a really good year, and, we're all ready for it.
Are you ready for Air Force? And I mean that, and Michigan Wolverines are coming in here the week after, and in Mullet, your first game back in your home rink. Easy to look past Air Force. Is this group ready to play this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, you never want to look past your first game of the season. I think we've all been waiting for this. We've been here for 2.5 months now as a team, so we've just been waiting for this game more than Michigan. This first game is the most important, and as athletes, you have to just focus on one game at a time. Not even the second game, not the next weekend. We can't even think about that until it's time to think about that. So that's the kind of mindset we have right now as a team.
You see the USCHO rankings came out. You guys are 20th. Probably a pretty good spot to be coming into weekend 1. But what are your expectations for this team this season?
Yeah, obviously that's it's all good and dandy, but we have a lot to prove. Obviously being ranked 8th out of 9 in the NCHC. Lit a little fire under our ass too. So we're
Think
taking.
it's because they don't know you guys yet? Like 8 out of 9, I looked at it and go, really, buddy? Like this, it's a veteran team with a lot of skill. Do you think it's just because they don't know you yet?
I think it's because we haven't played in a conference, but at the same time, like the conference is so good.
Yeah.
There's so many good teams. Like you can put anybody 7, 8, 9. Like even Miami. Like you see some of the players. They picked up a new coach. They got some new players. Like everybody's going to be good, and it's going to be a battle every single night. You got to earn every single win this year. So I don't think we should, obviously, that's going to give us some motivation to prove something here that we want to be in the top of that conference, but at the same time we can't be too disappointed, and it's just a preseason ranking.
You talk about the NCHC, and we're talking about schools like Grand Forks, North Dakota, Duluth, Minnesota. Dude, it's cold. So are we kind of hoping for a little Tempe flu maybe on that, especially that Saturday night game? Like we're going to get these guys. It's fun to be here. Let's face it. It's Mill Avenue. It's Tempe's fun. Are you going to really take pride in your home record this season and being able to play in this conference at Mullet Arena?
Yeah, I think obviously it doesn't matter where we're playing. We're going to play every game the same way. We're going to give it our all, and if they give us their best or not, we're going to give them our best and give ourselves the best chance of winning, no matter what.
What is this team? Like, what from the outside looking in, is this a fast team, a skilled team, a big team, heavy team? What makes the ASU Sun Devil hockey team special?
It's honestly the culture we have here. It's we said, but like our identity was hard, fast, and relentless, and I think we've lived up to that, and that's something we're going to show every game, day in, day out. So I think just from the outside looking in, it's just we're a hard-nosed team that. We might not have the size that people think, but, every single guy is bought into the same identity, and we're going to prove that and show that.
Ty, we talk a lot about here at ASU about be the tradition, and you see it on the walls of the arena, and you talk about be the tradition, but we've got transfer students, guys coming in here at ASU, and you've got some young kids coming in here at ASU. How do you go about teaching them about what be the tradition really means?
I mean, when I first came here as a transfer myself, we had a good group of older guys that kind of teach you the way that we do things here, the discipline you have to have off the ice, the way we play on the ice, like Szmag said, relentless, fast. Like we like to be a fast, up-tempo paced team. And so I think learn from what they taught me. And last year, from 2 years ago, we had such a big step as a group. We really played to that identity, and I think it's grow even more. We brought in a lot of these transfers and these freshmen because they could play to that identity, so it's just kind of make sure that they have the right habits off the ice, on the ice every day, so that when the puck drops for our first game and for the rest of the season, they can play to that identity, that speed, that relentlessness. And I think it's just all habits throughout the week, off the ice, just make sure we're intense in practice and all those things.
I know you guys want to get going, but one more thing. For you, especially on your line, we talked about Sillinger and the Jackson brothers. They've played together a lot at your time here at ASU, but again, injuries change that. You're back together again to start this season. Does that make things easier when you're playing with guys that you're really familiar with?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been lucky enough my whole life to have Dylan on the right wing, so going anywhere, any team, I've always had that right winger, and we can play off each other. We know what each other's habits and tendencies are. And then Silly, for whatever reason, when we just first got here, it just clicked when we started playing together. I think because he plays really similar to Dylan on the wing, and he's such a smart player. So I think it'll make things a lot easier for us, and hopefully we can lead the way for some of the new guys at the start of this year.
By the way, identical twins, one plays right, one's plays left. I don't get it, but that's just me.
My dad put a lefty stick in both of our hands, and Dylan just started shooting righty. Because my dad played, and he was a lefty when he played, but for whatever reason, Dylan.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now we can keep track of who's who now. Makes that a hell of a lot easier. Last thing I want, this is going to be a lot of pressure, guys. Okay, so I don't want to put you on the spot. One of the things we always do at PHNX to end our interviews, we want to give our audience ideas of things to watch on TV, whether it's streaming something on Netflix or a movie you just saw in the theater. We call it our weekend binge. Now they're going to weekend binge the hockey games, but I want from each of you something, a TV series you're downloading right now and streaming that you really like, or a movie you've seen recently, and I know you guys are so busy studying that you don't have time, but anything you can recommend for weekend binge. Noah.
I'm going to go with Prison Break.
Prison Break?
Prison Break. I've just started rewatching it.
It's oldie, but it goes.
Yeah. Haven't watched it in a while. I just restarted it.
Yeah, that's kind of old. Like, how old are you guys? Like, you're a kid.
Now we're getting older. 23.
Yeah, so you're an old man. Also, Prison Break's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ethan?
If you're a guy who likes like documentaries / thriller, suspense, the new Mendez series on Netflix.
Yeah. Monsters?
Yeah, the Monsters. It's good. It's
It's number one on Netflix.
Exactly.
So it must be good.
No, but I've watched that. I mean, I think I finished the whole series in 2 days. So
because you got the plane right up to Colorado, like you got to download stuff and have stuff to watch. So these are good recommendations for your teammate.
Absolutely.
Ty, lastly,
I just finished watching The Last Kingdom, and then now I'm watching Vikings. So 2 similar shows. It's a little bit of a little bit of history, but I like them a lot. I think it's a good show to watch.
Fantastic. Thanks you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
Really wish you the best of luck this weekend and this season, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you stay tuned to PHNX for all things hockey related in this great state of Arizona. As always, for PHNX, I'm Petey. We'll see you at the rink.
We all silly like the mayor.